remember when I was actually like 2 years old, and I know that that's really young to remember something, but that was really my first memory. And I remember it was Christmas, and my mom was helping us open presents, or helping me open presents, and I got this baby doll, and I absolutely loved this doll. My dad captured a photo of me actually feeding this baby. And so I think at a very young age, I just knew that I wanted to be a mom.
Well, when we first met, we were just like, chatting through email, and then I decided to give her a call, and then we just started talking, and the conversations were just long and extended, and really, I enjoyed our conversations together. And yeah, being able to look at the future of our relationship and say, like, I can truly, honestly say this, wow, I can picture Eileen as the mother of my kids.
He loves big, and he has such a big heart, and I love that his foundation and his core is really in God, and you could feel it. And I mean, honestly, whenever I see Harry around kids, I think it's very natural, and the kids they love him. I mean, they just feel this connection with him, and I think like when you see photos of him and these kids, and you could just see it in his eyes, I feel that he actually has a very strong bond with children, and I love to see that side of him. So we basically, we were married for a year, and then we just thought it was the right time to start a family. So 6 years into it, we found out that we struggled with infertility, and that it was really hard for us to have a baby. The most difficult time is when you go in to see your first ultrasound and you see that there's a heartbeat, and you hear your child's heartbeat, and then you go back and you find out that there's no more heartbeat.
Seeing what she had to go through for the IVF process was, it's not easy. It's not easy for any woman to go through that IVF process.
It just seems so easy for everyone to get pregnant, and I think like in this season of life where all of our friends are having kids, I think that has been the hardest part, is you feel like you're left out, or like you can't, and you always wonder like, why is it so easy for them, and how come it's been so difficult for us? But I think a lot of people are going through this. What led us to adoption is, I think that it's just a different way of building your family. I think seeing firsthand with my own sister going through her own struggles with infertility as well, and having such a hard time building a family on their own, I really saw that this was just another opportunity that God has provided for them to be able to build a family, and I think that's what led us to wanting to adopt. Just to have our nieces in our family, like our family wouldn't be the same without them, and I love them so much, and I know for a fact that when we do have our child, I'm just going to give the same amount of love.
My initial fear of adopting, not loving the child as much as if it was my own, my love for her nieces, or for our nieces, I love them to death. When I think about that, my fear goes away.
Our faith has been tested, tried, and also strengthened, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely made us stronger. I think that the best thing is that we could really come into prayer and like be there for one another and turn to God and share that with one another. And I think that that's just really preparing us for the foundation that we're going to have for our children. And I feel like it'll also, like, I know for a fact that I'm just going to appreciate having a family so much more, and I'm going to appreciate being a parent so much more. And although I know that you'll never be prepared for what you're going to be given, I feel like the most important thing is that I could give this child love, and that this child will know that he or she is loved.
Yes.
And I think that that's the greatest gift of all that we could give, and I think that that's the most important thing to us.